What's up, everybody? This is A Force of Nature Spiritual Awakening, and today we will be discussing Sun in the 12th house. Okay, I was led to do this today. I've been analyzing birth charts, and I have been coming across this quite often. So I figured I'll just do this one, and this is what I'm doing today. So now the Sun. What is the Sun all about? So the Sun is linked to Leo, and it rules over the fifth house in the natal birth chart. The sun has to do with your identity. It has to do with how you show up in this world. It shows your courage. It shows leadership, wanting to be in leadership positions, wanting to be in leadership roles. This is what the sun is about. So the sun does also represent your soul, and it does show you your father, the way that he were there for you, nurtured you, cared for you. If he was in your life, not in your life, these things can be seen with the sun. On top of that, the sun does also have to do with creativity. It's the way that people do perceive you on the outside opposed to the inside. Okay, when people first meet you, they do notice your sun sign or your ascendant. Okay, whichever one. But the sun is what we're specifically talking about. But people do look at you in a certain kind of way, in a certain kind of light. So it is linked to your identity, how you feel about yourself, how you feel other people are viewing you. This is the sun. So now it is inside the 12th house. And the 12th house is a subconscious house. It has to do with your subconscious mind. Things are very much hidden in this house, hidden secrets, hidden gifts, hidden talents. It also is linked to long distance travel, long distance journeys, even dealing with overseas. Okay, being away from your homeland is also signified by the 12th house. It does also represent hospitals, jails, addictions also. Yes, addictions can be seen by the 12th house. This is a very mysterious house, magical, mystical, spells, dreamy. Um, this is a house of illusion, confusion, delusion, self-denial, self-deception. All of these things can go on in the 12th house. It's almost like you're uncovering things. Okay, a lot of things go on in the 12th house that you may not be fully aware of. Many things can jump off and take place that you push all the way back into your subconscious mind. The 12th house also has to do with undoings, things that you keep on doing. And it also is linked to your past life and things that went on and took place in your past life. So we're going to jump into this today. Sun in the 12th house, men and women. These men and women are uncovering their true self. This is what they're doing in this lifetime. They want to know who they are. They want to get in touch with who they are, uncover themselves completely. Their identity to themselves can be a mysterious thing to them. Wanting to know all the ins and outs about them, wanting to know their background, their lineage, wanting to know what makes them so angry, what makes them so happy, what makes them who they are, what is their purpose. This is what these men and women are going to be thinking about, be inclined to feel like, and go through this for quite some time throughout their life until they finally do uncover, unveil, and discover who the fuck they are truly, deeply inside their self. So now these men and women can be detached from the material world and ego. Okay, so these men and women are not going to be egotistical. And if they are still egotistical, they're going to have their sun in a sign that's going to provide that also to the table. Okay, so now these men and women have many gifts, many talents, a lot of talents they will have hold inside of them and they will possess this. Okay, many hidden talents is inside these men and women. They will hold and possess these gifts. Many people will see something in them that they don't see or seem to even recognize or even identify with as of yet. So there are people in these men and women lives, and even if they're not in their lives and it just may see them around, they can see a potential for them. They can see something in them. It's a beam of light that's being now shedded on the 12th house, where it's uncovering their hidden talents and their hidden gifts, and people can see them even before they even recognize them. Now, when it comes down to these men and women and their father, they could have had a father that died and passed away or was not there in the home with them. He could have been in the home sometimes and then not in the home, just not in your life, in and out of your life. You could have had a hard time to communicate with your father, express things to your dad. It could have been very difficult. Your father could have been a very Neptunian kind of father, so he could have also been on drugs, could have been addicted to drugs, could have been a sex addict also. A lot of things could have went on and took place. The 12th house is also linked to spirituality, so your father could have also been into spirituality, could have been religious, or even very dreamy in nature, maybe have a lot of dreams and aspirations that he wanted to do, wanted to fulfill. Okay, could have been really inclined to the other realms, the other world, and not so much this material world. Okay, and on top of that, these men and women will have a strong link, a strong spiritual bond connected with their father. Even if the relationship is not of the best, they can still have this bond, and this is undeniable and indefinite that they will definitely have a spiritual link and connection with their fathers. They will probably not know this, or they may be aware of it, but you will hold a lot of characteristics, a lot of traits um, as your father. Okay, you are your father's child no matter what went on and took place, what jumped off. Okay, you are going to have a lot of traits of that man. It's going to be inside of you. It's in your DNA, and it's going to be something that you really do hold and possess. All right. So now this does signify that whatever went on and took place, as far as the child and the father, that the relationship does need to be worked on. The relationship needs to be fixed, mended, and repaired. This is something that does really need to take place in this lifetime. Okay, now this may happen and it may not happen, but it does recommend that if you have this placement, that in some kind of way, try to make it work, try to mend it, try to communicate, and try to talk to your father. All right. Moving along. Now, these men and women, you can become very famous. You can be an actor, an actress in the Hollywood, be a movie star. All of those arenas would be excellent for you. Okay, you can also be a spiritual leader, a writer, a movie director, a script writer. You can do excellent at any one of these things. These things would be excellent for you to excel and even succeed in. Many people might take your kindness for weakness, when in all reality you are extremely strong. People can view you and look at you and might notice a weak spot in you. They can really feel like they can prey on you, um, get in your mind, try to do things to you, and take your kindness for weakness, take advantage of your ass. Okay, the thing about this placement, Sun in the 12th house, these men and women are very strong. And on top of being strong, um, they really know how to spot out hidden enemies along with hidden agendas, hidden motives. So now we already know that people can hate on you. And we got haters, we all have them. But sometimes you have haters that you cannot pinpoint who exactly it is, even if you could feel the vibe. But you, men and women, have the capability and the ability to discern and to decipher who the fuck is really out to do malicious things, bad intent, ill will, evil intentions. You can pinpoint it, you can figure it out, and that is a beautiful damn trait to have. These men and women can make a lot of business connections internationally. You may decide to make um, some kind of business dealings. You might decide that you want to go completely overseas, live overseas, or even just really start living there. And if you decide to do that, you would absolutely do very well. You would be extremely successful. And even if you did not decide to move there, as long as you are networking internationally, overseas, over here, over there, and communicating out, you would do amazing, great works. Now, these men and women could have been born through a lot and went through a lot. That's what I meant to say. These men and women could have went through a lot in their life, and they could have even done a lot of shit in their life. Okay, they could have definitely did some extreme things in their life. They could have robbed a bank, been in jail, shot somebody, stabbed somebody, beat somebody up really bad. Could have did a lot of different things. Whatever it was, these men and women are about that life and they are about that shit. Okay, these are not the type of people that just didn't go through a goddamn thing. They struggled and had to push through shit. They had to push through it. Okay, with this placement also, it does signify that you may, and this is going to depend on what's hitting your sun and things like that, but you may have been involved in some kind of involvement that could have really tarnished your name. It could have also forced you to move away from where you lived, where you were from, or maybe you just felt the need to just get away from where you lived, where you're from, or wherever you did whatever you did. Along with that, it does also represent and can represent that you could have brought shame or made your father feel very disappointed about the choices and decisions you chose to make. Okay, so he could have really not liked what you did, said something about it, really got in your head about what the fuck went on and took place. So that can also be a case too. May not be for everybody, but for some that may definitely be your case. Okay, moving along, these men and women can be extremely inspirational and influential. Many people might not know what you really want from just looking at you. Many people might not know what you went through or been through from just looking at you. Okay, you could have went through so many different things, and because you don't look like what you've been through, people will look at you in a certain kind of way, in a certain kind of light. But I'm telling you, these men and women have been through some extreme, intense things that they had to deal with, that they had to endure. And on top of that, these men and women are highly and extremely intuitive. These men and women are psychic men and women. This is what you are. These men and women do need their alone time. Your energy can become drained because you do absorb a lot of information. These are the type of people that when they are conversing and having conversations with people, a lot of information will enter into their minds. to the point where they have to fully be able to process all of it. So their energy levels can be a little off at times. Sometimes they may be up for the task. Sometimes they may feel a little drained and still have to do the task, but just a little bit tired. All right. You can also have some wild and crazy dreams when you are sleeping. When you are sleeping, you can have dreams that feel like it's coming from a different world and it's otherworldly. Okay, coming from a different realm. Your dreams can absolutely feel like this is not a dream. Okay, this is a nightmare. And on top of a nightmare, it can feel like it's real. Your dreams can feel very fucking real when you are sleeping, like deja fucking vu. So now you are connected to the other world, the spiritual realm. These men and women are connected to this. They really, as I said previously, they are not so much concerned about the material world, even though they can gain materials and material success. They can get that. But their main focus is not that. Their main focus is uncovering truths, really getting down to the mysteries of the world, the mysteries of life. Okay, all of these things is what they are thinking about, passionate about, wanting to get to know. So now these men and women can be prone to escapism, drugs, alcohol, sex addicts, being addicted to sex, being over sex, overindulgent in these things are actually things that these men and women can go through throughout their lives until they finally come to the realization with who they truly are. They want to know who they are, and it's not like they're confused, like they don't know. No, they want to know what their true fucking purpose is in this world, in this life. Okay, that's what's going on with this placement. All right, it's not self deception and self denial and things like that here. No, what it is who am I truly on an authentic level? What is my purpose? Why am I here? Okay, these men and women could have been the type of people that wanted to know and question many different things of the world, of this complete world. Jumping back into the escapism, okay, like I said, these men and women can overindulge in things like that. And they could really find this world to be difficult to deal with, hard to deal and cope. And it could really drift off into la la land, dreamland, and really not want to deal with all of these day to day activities and just really be free in a sense. As I said previous in the video, these men and women have went through many obstacles in their life. They struggled with many different things. They had blockages, walls blocking their path. But we do know that the sun is shining light on the 12th house where there are secrets, there is deception, betrayals, and things like this. You have your sun uncovering these things so that they can be visible for the open. Okay, it's not unclear anymore here because the sun is here. Okay, these men and women know how to pinpoint enemies, okay? Hidden enemies. They know who the fuck ain't who they supposed to be. They know who's not down for them. They know who's not there for them. This is what these men and women can do. And on top of that, they can be extremely influential and inspirational to somebody in somebody's world, in somebody's life. This is what these men and women can do, okay? They went through many things, did a lot of things in their life, good things and bad things. Shit, we all have done things, okay? But whatever traumatic events went on and took place in these men and women lives, they can turn that into something very powerful to impact and enlighten somebody else, speak with somebody else that went through similar things, similar struggles as them, okay? So I'm gonna leave this on this note for now. In future videos to come, I will be going more into depth into this placement. Please be sure to check out my online store. It is Grammy Gear at www.grammygear.com. If you need a caterer, be sure to hit me up. I am the chef goddess also at Supreme Royale Catering at gmail.com. If you need my husband to do any work to your home, swimming pool, or business, be sure to hit him up at Iran Nesbitt90 at gmail.com. His business is Steve's Handy Helpers. If you would like a birth chart reading for you to fully understand and grasp, that will be $50 for 2 hours. If you need a synastry chart, a composite chart, which is a compatibility chart, that will be $70 for 2 hours. And if you would like a tarot card reading on love, relationships, your money situations, careers, health, or even spirituality, that will be $30. So this has been a force of nature, spiritual awakening. Love is love. Peace and blessings to you all. And I will see you on the next one.